You know what the subject matter is. You know what the topic is. Let me hold up a second. Let me make a few minor adjustments to the rig. Bring this down like so. I haven't done this in a while. It's been a while since the last live. Let's see if we can. Oh, damn it. No, don't end the stream. Not yet. Not yet. That's a bit previous, mate. Bit previous, bit premature. Okay. I think I can see everything now. I think I can see a comment when they come up. Okay, let's deploy the glasses. And how's this? How's that? How's this? How's that? Okay. What we got here? Oh, we got the Philip Card Roberts up in the building. Okay, Philip, we haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you up in here. Okay, I'm heading over. It's been, well, where do I start? Where do I start? It's been horrible. The scheduling of that fight last night. Of course, we're talking about Canelo versus what's his face, Terence Crawford. I have to say that timing, that scheduling was absolutely horrible. I mean, I was hoping, I thought it was going to be in Saudi. Even though Saudi on a different time schedule, it matches up with ours very well. I was hard thought that because His Excellency was involved, I thought that we were on that kind of schedule, but apparently not. Evidently not. That would have worked out great for us over here in Blighty and Europe. It worked out well for Europe, but no, we're on American time, and I have to say it's absolutely bloody horrible, man. Bloody horrible. Fell asleep, wasn't really going to buy it because it's on Netflix. I don't have Netflix anymore. I just thought I'd catch it the next day. But then I woke up around what? Around 4? Around 4. Yeah, around 3:30 a.m. And I thought, why not look into this Netflix thing? I had it years ago, didn't really use it, so got rid of it. And now, talking about Netflix again. So I thought, okay, how much is it going to cost? It only cost me, what could cost as little as £5-6. That's what, $8-9 US. That's with adverts. And I thought, okay, let me go the £12 option, $12.99, whatever it is. That's £13, probably $15, $16 US per month. You can cancel it whenever you want to cancel it. You know what I mean? So I thought, all right, let's go. No adverts. Should be a few good, and no pay-per-view. Just subscribe, and you got everything for a month. You can cancel it after a month if you want to. So I thought, yeah, let me just subscribe. But what fight is bigger than this for me? There are a few fights that are going to be bigger than this. I remember I never really heard anybody talking about Canelo versus Bud Crawford until it was on this channel, the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. When I heard it first muted, it was first discussed, and I thought, is that really realistic though? Canelo is so much bigger than Crawford. Is it really that realistic? And, we talked about it, and slowly but surely I had other people talking about it. Slowly but surely it manifested itself. Some people say it all started on the RDCR, but I don't know. I'm too modest. Don't make me blush. And the co-host. But yeah, John Dealey was a big proponent of it. Early out, John was a big fan of the fight, and he believed that Bud would do the business. Anybody watching Anybody who watched my prediction video will see that I had predicted that Canelo was going to be too big, even though a lot of the boxes that came out, even when you're ticking the boxes, when you're looking at the attributes. Oh my God, you should have seen this weirdo come the wrong way up the wrong side of the road. Yeah, even though they're fairly even, when you tick all the boxes and you look at all the attributes, the advantages, disadvantages, when in the number of boxes, they come out fairly even. I still thought that a good big one beats a good little one. Well, I tell you what, Bud Crawford performed to an optimal level. He performed sensibly. He intelligently. That's what I call it. An intelligent. He just fought so intelligent. Now, one of my fears, people, if you're in there, you get your comments in, because I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I think the link's there for anybody who wants to get in on it. So yeah, go ahead, go. I hate when you flash your light and then somebody just sits there as if you're going to stop your car for them, which is not going to happen. I flash my light from a distance, you move, and I continue at my pace. That's how it works for me anyway. Another weirdo Audi driver behind me, looking funny, shaping funny. Yeah, I had some concerns that the fight was going to could be a little bit too cautious for Bud. I was concerned that Bud might be a little bit too cautious. I was also concerned about the footwork. There's a lady here getting her steps in. Looks good from the back. Can't vouch for the face. I was also concerned about the footwork. Bud Crawford's footwork in particular. Okay, this guy's gonna just cut across and get it safely in the end. Bud Crawford he would need active footwork. He would need superior footwork to deal with the power of Canelo. I'm not saying Bud hasn't got power himself. He clearly has, but he would need to be very active and intelligent footwork to deal with Canelo. Pure and simple. He would need that. I was concerned, but to be honest with you, last night I watched that fight, and last night one of the things that I was most impressed with was Bud's footwork. It was bloody good, mate. Very, very good. And it did what it needed to do. It got him in the ranges that he wanted to be at. It got him circling out. It got him coming in for the attacks. He actually stayed in at times once he got the measure, once he downloaded Canelo's patterns and power. And to me, a big part of the fight was the story of the footwork. It was my fear that Bud might be a little over tentative, proved to be unfounded. He got it right, mate. If it's like a cake mix, if your tactics are a bit like a cake mix, then I'll tell you what, that was a marvelous, a splendid mixture with a strawberry on top. You know what I mean? Who the hell? What's this? Who the hell is this? Is this the fight doctor? Is the fight doctor in the building? This is crazy, yo. Let me see if I can get this up on screen. Can we do this? What's wrong with my show on stage? Yeah, well, that's the whole point. What have I got to do? Press more than one button just to show it on stage? What's that? Okay, cool. Can I just X this now? Okay, cool. So, five doctors in the building. I can't even read what that says because I'm driving right now. When I come to a traffic light, which I will shortly, I need that five doctor. So we got the Philip God Roberts in the building. We got the fight doctor in the building, and we got a few more of you cats, well, quite a few more of you cats who ain't said nothing yet. Write something in the chat, people, even though I can't read it right about now, because I'm heading over to get some Caribbean vegetables. Well, is plantain a vegetable? It's not a fruit. It's a plantain, which is a banana. So you could call it a fruit, but this is cooking banana, plantain. Yeah, give it a light, put a bit of olive oil on there, stick it in the pan, and you are laughing, mate. You are laughing. What's going on? Let me read this before the light changes. R.I.P. Ricky Hatton. Yeah, for real talk. I'm going to talk about Ricky, R.I.P. Ricky Hatton. I was shocked when I saw that this morning. The guy was only 46. Only 46. That's young, brother. Everybody wants a good innings. You want to live twice that long. Found in his home just outside Manchester. I think he was alone. Yeah, he was alone. You know what I mean? And he was found dead. He should have been at one of his fighters' fights last night. And he wasn't there, so where the hell am I going now? Oh yeah, West Brom. And he wasn't there. So yeah, police went to his home to find out what was going on, check on him, give him a welfare check. But he was not there. Yeah, well, he was there, but he was unresponsive. So yeah, a legend in the form of Ricky Hatton is no longer with us. What can I say to that? Ricky, R.I.P. Let's talk about Ricky for a little bit. This is funny. This big, what is it, BMW, or is it the X, what? The X5 or whatever behind me, and I just thought, man, I'm cruising right about now. I'm not in a rush, so I went over to a cruising lane, and he just, or she, there's a lot of she's like them big oversized vehicles. He immediately pulls over to the left. Foolish. Why? What was you doing behind me? You needed a guide. I sensed that he or she needed a guide, and I was your spirit guide. I was guiding you through this. Okay. Everybody's in a rush today. No, I really am not. What's the speed limit? Okay. All right. The road's narrowing. Yeah. So back on what we were talking about. Yeah. You know, what you had certain guys who were tops in England or the UK. You had Joe Calzaghe. He was a Welshman from the Valleys. From the Valleys? Was he from the Valleys? What part of Wales? I don't know. I'm saying from the Valleys. And a Welshman. Was he from a rural area? I would imagine so. Father was an Italian cat, immigrated to the UK, in particular Wales. And and he turned out to be one of the best middleweights of the era worldwide. Some people have him as the best middleweight. in the modern era. There's a strong argument. Then you had Carl Froch. We're going to go back to talking about Terence Crawford. Then you had Carl Froch, who I wasn't really watching boxing when Carl Froch was around. I wasn't really watching boxing. At this stage, I had switched over to MMA. Yeah. So Carl Froch wasn't really on my radar. I may have seen a picture of him, heard a whisper of him, but he wasn't really on my radar. And then you had, I guess, was it later than Carl Froch? Then you had Ricky Hatton. Now, of the three of those champions or guys who went on to be world champions, there was only one of them who really resonated with me. There was only one of them who really resonated, and guess which one it was? It was Ricky Hatton. What's going on here? Malcolm Marcel up in the building. Welcome back. Show on stage. Yeah, get creeps who stop right beside you. I don't do that. I like my space, man. Talking about the vehicle on the other side. Show on stage. Am I showing it? Okay, should be showing it. Welcome back. Why is it showing 2 times? Okay, yeah, that's cool. Malcolm Marcel up in the building. Let me have a look. Yeah, Philip Carl Roberts, the fight doctor, Malcolm Marcel. Oh, changed. Okay. Oh, yeah, F off. Right. I'm watching this guy. Oh, the road work's going on right about now. Oh. Take it nice and easy. This weirdo to my right. What's he doing? Yeah, I'm watching you. What are you doing? Okay. Look like a little Oompa Loompa. Fully wrapped up in weather garb. It's really not that cold. What's this guy doing? He's driving like a weirdo. Yeah. I'm just gonna cut right here, right behind you. Right to the side, right to the side. Paint wheel looks dodgy. Right, so yeah, and the only one of those that I really resonated with me, fully resonated with me, was Ricky Hatton. Joe Calzaghe is from over there in Wales. Cool. Wales is cool. I know some people from down there. It's cool. I've partied with some of the ladies from the valleys, and yeah, they're super cool. Super cool. But he very much felt like he was a guy from down the pub who would have his pint one side, and he'd have his mates, and he'd have maybe a couple of topics that they'd talk about, and it's like, yeah, cool, just that guy in the corner of the pub, with his mates, and 1 or 2 topics, and that was Calzaghe. That's how I felt. That's how he resonated with me. So you got Calzaghe. Then you got Carl Froch, who, like I said, I wasn't really watching him back then, back in the Dizzy. But then when he did come on my radar, I did start to analyze who this cat is. I saw him more of a. I could visualize him more of a skinhead, if I thought about, if he was a kid, when I was a kid, what would be the vibe there? And I kind of visualized him more of a skinhead. I could see him being a skinhead, you know what I mean? When I was a mod, he would have been a skinhead. And I thought, yeah, so, yeah, no, I don't find him pleasing in any way, you know what I mean? Didn't resonate with me in any way. By broken down taxi or Uber. Oh, yeah, how unfortunate. Probably not even broken down, just decided he's going to pretend to be broken down and Wow, that's a sharp turn in hell. I've got some speed humps. Yeah, so Frotch never really resonated with me one tiny bit. Um, but Ricky Hatton did. Why? Why did Ricky Hatton resonate with me? I don't know. Maybe he's from Manchester, one of the largest metropolises in England, in the UK actually. Probably third largest city behind Birmingham, London being number one. There's something about him that I was comfortable with. I was comfortable with Ricky Hatton. He just seemed like one of the lads, you know what I mean? One of the lads, yeah. One of the guys down the pub who, yeah, everybody knows, yeah, how you doing, Ricky? Yeah, I'm all right, you know, I just come from training. Yeah, he just seemed like one of the lads, cool, King kind of mellow. And so Ricky did resonate with me, did jive with me. What's going on with the comments here? What's going on with the comments? People saying anything? Let's see what's going on. Okay. So to hear that, and then we know with Ricky that he had problems. I mean, reputedly, his mom was his manager, and she ripped off some of his money. You know what I mean? She was playing with the money. She was playing with the money. She was playing hide and seek with some of his money. You know what I mean? Somebody get in the comment section and tell me if I'm wrong. I think I'm right. Certain things you don't want to be right on, but unfortunately, I think I am right on that one. If anybody wants to come in and chime in on that one, then that's all good. But I think that's right. So he had some marital issues, which is not uncommon for sportsmen, and he had some issues with the with the nose candy, with the little packets, with the powder, with the substances, and that's very unfortunate. What's going on around here? We got some boat people delivering for Just Eats. And on bikes, and so he's had his trials. He had his tribulations, but he seemed to have made it out and seemed to be happy. Got his son Campbell to stop boxing, which is a great thing. And then all of a sudden he announced that he was doing an exhibition match, I believe, something of that nature. And so it seemed he was in good shape, only to find out that he was supposed to be with one of his fighters at a show last night. He didn't show. Nobody could get a hold of him on the phone. A learner driver in front of me. Everybody's a learner sometime. Everybody got to learn sometime. Seems like he's really brand new to driving. Okay. Uh-oh. Shop's closed. That's what I was looking for. But it's okay. Sunday. Everybody deserves some rest time. That's fine. Okay. It's no drama. No drama. We're gonna do a U-turn, kind of. Get out of here. The old Caribbean club. What the hell's going on? Oh, this guy's coming this way as well. Okay, sorry. Didn't see you there, buddy. What are you doing? Okay, cool. Cool. Let's do it here. Can we? Can we? Shall we? This area is quite busy for a Sunday, I must say. I must say. What the fuck is this guy doing? Okay, so yeah, what's going on there? What's going on for a Sunday? You can't even see none of this shit, can you? Ugh. So yeah, turns out that police go to Ricky's home, and I swear this guy's got to be alone. This guy, yeah, get your fucking self over there, you cunt. Yeah, keep coming. Keep coming. What I'm not going to do. Okay. All right. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. All we can say is, yeah, Ricky was a man of the people. Ricky was somebody who's relatable, more so than a frotch, and more so than Joe Calzaghe from the Welsh Valleys. So for me, Ricky Hatton, highly relatable. Okay, and rest in peace. Rest in peace to the fella. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Okay, John. Show on stage. Seems like, yeah, on stage. Okay, that's on stage. Is that on stage? Okay, cool. Seems like it takes more presses of the button, more buttons to highlight a comment now. But that's all good. That's progress, I guess. Okay, we're in West Bromwich. It's a shame they don't allow me to pivot the camera so y'all can see what I can see. What's that place there? Okay. People out in the burger stop. Okay. Okay. Actually like West Bromwich. Some people do, some people don't. Jeez, that was a dip and a half in the road. That was a dip in the road. Yes, John. In the John Daly up in the area. Anybody who wants to jump on can jump on. The link is in the chat at the top. Anybody wants to just chill and listen, that's all perfectly good. But yeah, we talked about where's this going now? Where's this going now? They got roundabout mania. Roundabout mania. Ever decreasing circles over here in West Brom. So yeah, that's Ricky Hatton. Rest in peace. Gone way too young. You know what I'm saying? Stay off the substances, kid. Stay off the substances. You know what I mean? A lot of people, once they touch the substances, it's a slippery slope. So always, you can always rear its ugly head. Which way am I going now? Change the layout. Could have gone that way. I can go this way. Not even sure. Yeah, I think this is the way. It's the only way, actually. That was a dead end. Yeah, stay off the substances. Was he on the substances last night? I really don't know. Seems like he was alone. Do know he's 46. Way too young. Way too young to be popping off. So, rest in peace. Ricky Hatton. Okay, so we're back to Terence Bud Crawford. Masterful performance. I had Canelo as the favorite. I was worried that Canelo was going to have too much power for him, for Bud. I mean, Canelo was going to have too much power for Bud, yeah. I was concerned that Bud might be overly tentative. I was concerned that Bud might not be dynamic as he should be with the footwork. Am I in the fast lane here? Somebody right on the inside of me. I'm going to let him. Now look at this. This is funny shit. When somebody just comes and they just comes right beside you, you know, they're right beside, but there's not enough room for you to just overtake. It's like, please, man, just use your brain. Use your one brain cell. You know what I mean? Jeez Louise. Yeah, but no. Terence Bud Crawford came out, dynamic footwork, just using the jab, using the southpaw all night long. Southpaw all night long. Use that southpaw jab. Use that southpaw jab. Move from me, we did. Sticking it out there, sticking it in the face, and then whipping over with that left hook, very, very nicely. And the footwork, getting in, getting out, beautifully. First couple of rounds tentative. Third round, I gave the first round a draw. Gave a few rounds a draw because they were so close. I think Canelo had, was it round 3? And then I think round 4 was a big round for Bud Crawford. And slowly, Bud began to crank it up a little bit. Canelo at times was still showing power, but Canelo was really coming with 1 and 2 shots, whereas at times Bud was unleashing with 3-4 punch combinations. So it was pretty clear. It was pretty clear who was winning the fight. And then by the time it got to like round 7, I would say, for me, it became pretty clear the way the fight was going, who was winning the fight, the way the fight was going. And then, yeah, it's pretty clear. And then what happened? Yeah, round 11, it put all questions to rest. Well, maybe even round 10, but certainly at round 11, Canelo just, he was disheartened. By the time he got to round 11, Canelo was disheartened. You saw it. You saw in his face that he was disheartened. You saw in his legs. Forget about the face. You saw in his legs that he was disheartened. I think Bud Crawford hit him with a 4-piece. It wasn't even a 2-piece and a soda. It was a 4-piece. It was a clear 4-piece, and Canelo just kind of almost walked off. His leg kind of buckled as he walked off. Not buckled necessarily because the weight of the shot, but he was sapped. His energy was sapped. His spirit was sapped. You know, so Yeah, his spirit was sapped, and that's what made him buckle. Not just the weight of the shots, because I don't think there were heavy shots in the world. It's just speed. There was speed. There was accuracy. And yeah, by 11, I think before 11, but definitely by 11, it was clear that nah, nah, it wasn't going to be, it wasn't going Canelo's way. It was clear that was a stamp. 10, but particularly 11, it was a stamp. No, this is Bud's fight clearly now, clearly and unambiguously. And then just to even make it sweeter, came the 12th round. Come the 12th round, a lot of people are winning. They just want to cruise. They just want to cruise. But that's not what Canelo did. I mean, that's not what Bud did. Bud turned it up. Bud turned it up in the 12th round. Didn't just chill. Didn't just chill. He turned it up, mate. He turned it up. And finished the fight the way I feel a champion should finish a fight. I hate it when guys are doing well. I said, yeah, I'm just going to cruise now. I'm just going to cruise now because I won the fight, so I'm going to cruise now. No, not Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford still went out there and different angles, finding the angles, whipping in the left hook, uppercuts, shots to the body. Oh, made me proud. It made me proud the way. It made me proud the way these Uber drivers be wilding the positioning before he wanted to come in. It made me proud the way Bud finished that fight, the way a champion should finish the fight. Yeah, just took it to him, turned up the heat. Did not turn down the heat, turned up the heat. And what a marvelous and scintillating performance. By the end of it, you'd have to say, well, that was a masterclass. That was a masterclass. That was something else. That was something else. That was a pleasure to behold. Was indeed a masterclass. Fantastic. Beautiful to watch. Beautiful to behold. There was a fight of stanzas. Different stanza. First stanza was cautious. Okay. The first stanza was cautious and probing. Yeah. Let's have a look. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, indeed. I knew the southpaw stance would get the job done. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of vehicles around. What's this one doing? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sweet. Sweet. We got a bit of congestion here. Are we congested? Not particularly. Alright, we're good. We're in good shape, yeah. Good shape, yeah. Range Rover wants to be crazy up front. Okay. Come to the end of the road. Fella, where are you going to? Where are you racing towards? You're racing towards the end of the road. Yeah, boys to men, yeah. Yeah, the southpaw stance, shades of Lara, maybe. Shades of Lara, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it was in the end. It ended up being a masterclass. Okay, uh, and credit to. I don't know why that guy didn't go left when he should have done. Why he's standing in the fast lane going slow? Funny as hell. People make me laugh sometimes. Yeah. Funny people. Now he wants to come over. Yeah? Silly boy. Silly boy. He's just moving. I like to move it. So, it's gonna be a bit of congestion on Sunday. Oh shit! The hell's going on there? Looks like some. There's a lot of cars over there. Was it a pilot or something? Or it looked like a drug bust. I didn't see any. They blocked off the whole damn road. Yeah, it looks like they've received some intelligence and they've blocked off the whole damn road. About 3 or 4 cars, police cars stopped. About 3 or 4 drug cars, maybe. Yeah, it certainly looks that way. Wow, dang. Big operation over there. Yeah, masterclass. Ended up being a masterclass. I have to give a shout out to the Mexican crowd. They saw what was happening. They knew what was happening. And this ain't Vegas. I don't think it was Vegas, was it? No, this ain't Vegas. So, was it Vegas? So, they knew that a more honest score was about to come down. So, fair play to the Vegas people. Got a heavy-duty looking Range Rover. What's the people saying? You want to race? You want to see Rafi race the Range Rover? The Range Rover's got to be the favorite. But come on now. Wasn't ready. Left in the dust. Was not ready for the Rafi. And come on now. Don't give me the next lights. Come on, let's have some fun. Yeah. So credit to the Mexican crowd. They saw the writing was on the wall. In fairness to them, they saw round 10. They saw Canelo get beat in round 10. They saw round 11. They saw Canelo. What can you say? They saw his spirit. They saw his spirit die. They saw Canelo's spirit die in the 11th round. Sucked out of him. His spirit was withered. His spirit was crushed. I glanced at certain key rounds on some other podcasts and whatnot. I don't know what some people were thinking. It's like they didn't see what I saw. I saw a man's spirit get crushed in the 11th round. What the hell are we talking about here? What the hell are you talking about, Willis? I saw a man's spirit crushed in the 11th round. I don't know what they was watching. Literally, guys, stops in the middle of a roundabout. I don't know what makes him think it's so hot. You're driving an Audi A6. Yeah, they're nice cars, but you know, it don't mean you have to be a shithead. You don't mean you stop in the middle of a roundabout. You got an Audi A6. Come on, brother. 14 plate, 2014. Come on. My God, that woman's still walking. The woman I started this video, I said there's a woman walking. She's still walking. What is that? 45 minutes later. Yeah, cool. Good for her. Getting a good walking. This crown must be drunk. I've seen him veer from one side of the... Yo, I'm not joking. It's a shame. This won't let me switch the camera around. That's the problem. He almost hit the curb just then. He veered from one side of the lane to the second. almost in the curb. This guy must be on some shit. Pardon my expression. And it's what time is it? It's 6:26 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. That's UK. For those who don't know. This guy's next level. I know what he's gonna do. I know what he's gonna do. I know what he's gonna do. What he's gonna do and where he's gonna go. You alright, babes? But yeah, credit the Mexican crowd that could see what's happening and knew what was happening. Now is driving like half in one lane, half in the other. This guy is amazing. And when the scores were announced and it was clear that Canelo had been beat unanimously, they graciously applauded. They were very gracious about it. And yeah, that's not always the case for the Mexican crowd, but I have to say, they understood. They understood that they was watching a masterful, understood that they was watching a masterful performance. So credit to the Mexicans on their gracious behavior. And then what else? Then there's the scorecards. The story of the scorecards. Well, I don't know what the hell some of them judges were watching, but it was very clear to me that they weren't judging the fight properly or appropriately. They weren't judging the fight properly or appropriately. I had that fight very, very wide. I had a good 2 or 3 rounds, which I scored as draws because I found it hard to give it to Crawford, to say Crawford was a clear winner. And I found it hard to say that Canelo was a clear winner. So there's at least a couple of rounds that I had it as a draw. I had just drawn rounds. But overall, I think there was like easily a 6-round margin. A 6-round margin in the fight for Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford easily had a 6-round margin in that fight for me. 6 rounds ahead, 5-6 rounds ahead, clearly and unambiguously. Whereas you had some judges giving it 2 rounds ahead, and I thought that was absolutely giving Crawford 2 rounds ahead. I thought that was absolutely preposterous and ludicrous. It was a very wide margin. Not that Crawford was bossing Canelo all around the ring, not that, but he was just consistently picking up rounds, consistently being a little bit better, just a little bit better. So that fight ended up, even though there were many close rounds, the fight itself was not close, if you follow my meaning. So those judges' scorecards, no, very, very poor. So yeah, something I wanted to address. And what we're saying here, I don't know what's going on, what's being said in the chat. Can't really read it right about now. This guy appears to be slowing down for some bizarre reason, or gal. Who's that running? Okay, don't know that yet. Turn in here. Walk away, do the rock away. Lean back. Let me catch up with some of these comments. How can Bud have 3 trainers and make it work? And others have 1 and it's chaos. Yeah, well, I think it's a lot to do with egos. People who have decided, yo, we're not gonna let our egos get in the way. We're here for one purpose, and that's to elevate our fighter. You know what I'm saying? And in doing so, it works for us as trainers. So long as we don't let our egos get in the way. You know what I'm saying? I think that's how it is. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, that's sweet. That's groovy. That's very nice. So that kind of summarizes my thoughts and feelings on the Crawford v. Canelo topic. Covers my thoughts and my feelings on the Ricky Hatton RIP topic. And we're going to finish out with a nice little fun one. If you look at the thumbnail, I'm sure you've all seen the thumbnail. If you look at the thumbnail, you will see to the side, you will see Andreas the Punch Ruiz and Deontay Wilder facing off. The implication being that it's on now. Andreas the Punch Ruiz saying, yeah, it's going down. I don't know if he's given a date, but it appears that it might be going down this time. It's a number of years too late. It's who gives up now. But you know, them cats are like difficult to make fight with them. But it looks like they're both on the road to nowhere without the right dance partners. So they now have to make up their minds to actually do something. So that appears to be the case. They understand they got to do something now. So it looks like they realize, you know, now's the time if they want to avoid total irrelevance. I can't fathom why this lane isn't moving. The other lane is the problematic one, but the other one's moving fine. This lane must have some dodos. Let's have some dodos around. So, what happened now? Yeah. So, they look like they might be setting up a fight. Like I said, too late. But, hey, I'll watch. And I'm sure you'll watch. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Deontay Wilder and Andreas the Punch Ruiz. I think I wrote a caption. Is Deontay Wilder about to get knocked out again? And I've had some responses saying, yes. Okay. So, anybody else say anything in the chat? No. A bunch of people just come back in. So, all I can say to you, yeah, it's the Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio, it's the Have Your Say. What a marvelous performance by Bud Crawford. And shout out to Canelo, who was a very gracious in defeat. Um, Gotta give it to him. And the Mexican crowd, who were also very gracious. They actually applauded Bud Crawford um, for his victory, which I never really expected. So congratulations to Bud Crawford. Fantastic. Okay, Rafi has reached his destination. So I will bid you all a very fond Sunday evening. Have a good one. Raphael Dawkins is the Combat Radio. It's the Have Your Say. And I'm out as we reverse. Blessed.